In the mid-90s, as the internet was rapidly evolving, the world's biggest tech giants were locked in fierce competition. It was a time when innovation was the name of the game, and everyone wanted to claim a piece of the internet's future. Amid this frenzy, a visionary from Norway quietly embarked on a journey that would change the digital landscape forever. His mission? To create a browser that wasn't just for computers, but could work on any device: phones, TVs, even calculators. This was the birth of Opera Browser, an idea that would go on to shape the internet in ways few could have imagined. Back then, the internet was a slow, clunky place. Web pages took what seemed like an eternity to load, testing the patience of anyone daring enough to venture online. But Opera had a solution. They pioneered server-side compression, a technology that reduced web pages by 90% before sending them to your device. This made browsing faster and more efficient, a godsend in an era where every second counted. Opera wasn't just about speed, it was about innovation. In 1996, years before anyone else, Opera introduced tabs, a feature we now take for granted, but was revolutionary at the time. They were the first to roll out full-page zoom in 2000, allowing users to dive deep into the details of a web page. Then came mouse gestures in 2001, a new way to navigate the web with just a flick of the wrist. And in 2003, long before pop-up ads became the bane of every internet user's existence, Opera developed pop-up blocking, saving countless hours of frustration. Opera's journey was far from linear. As they continued to innovate, their competitors watched closely, often borrowing the features Opera had introduced. But Opera didn't stop there. In 2005, they turned their attention to mobile browsing, a market that was still in its infancy. They launched Opera Mini, a browser designed specifically for mobile phones that used extreme compression to make web browsing possible, even on the most basic devices. This move propelled Opera to the forefront in mobile-first markets like Africa and Southeast Asia, where smartphones were still a luxury and data was expensive. But the real genius of Opera was its ability to adapt to its users' needs. In 2016, as privacy concerns began to dominate the online conversation, Opera made a bold move. They integrated a free, unlimited VPN directly into the browser. No need for add-ons, no subscriptions, just built-in privacy for millions of users. This attracted a new wave of privacy-conscious individuals who wanted more control over their online experience. Opera's innovations didn't stop there. In 2019, they introduced Opera GX, the world's first gaming browser. With features like Twitch and Discord integration, a customizable interface with sound effects, and CPU, RAM, and network limiters for smoother play, Opera GX was a hit among gamers. It was a niche product, but that was precisely the point. Opera wasn't trying to be everything for everyone. They were targeting underserved markets and doing it exceptionally well. By 2023, Opera was still at the forefront of innovation. They launched Aria, their AI assistant, which wasn't just another chatbot. Aria was integrated into the browser, understanding the context of your entire browsing experience. It could summarize articles, explain complex topics, or even help with online shopping, all without leaving your browser window. This was a direct challenge to Google's dominance, with Opera offering features that directly threatened Google's revenue streams. With over 300 million active users globally, a listing on NASDAQ since 2018, and a market share of 53% in Africa, Opera was no longer the underdog. In 2022, they reported $331 million in revenue, a 32% increase from the previous year. The browser wars weren't over. They had evolved, and Opera was leading the charge with a strategy of innovation, specialization, and targeting neglected markets. So, what can we learn from Opera's story? It's a testament to the power of innovation and the importance of staying true to your vision. In a world dominated by giants, Opera carved out its niche by understanding its users and adapting to their needs. They didn't try to compete with everyone. They focused on being the best at what they did. And in doing so, they became a force to be reckoned with. The lesson is clear. Success doesn't come from following the crowd. It comes from blazing your own trail and daring to be different.